I freaked out because I said the D word. But now that I realized, I think kids are fine with the word dang, so I'm honestly just going to continue. So, yeah, that's chapter 1 for them. Now, there's another family, which are the Gandersons family. And there's Trevor. He is around 16 to 17 years old. He is almost 18 years old. That's technically what I'm going to go ahead and put there. He has a brother that's 22 years old. He is a TikTok addict, aka he means he watches too much TikTok. And then he has a 17-year-old sister. His father works for Mr. P. And back in the day, Mr. P was not a good person. He was not just trying to save his wife. He was kind of a peen. Yeah, he wasn't nice. Unlike some people make him out to be. So anyway, his dad worked with him. He was one of the 7 scientists that worked with him. And his dad was so addicted to his job that one day he actually stole Torture's flamethrower because in my AU also Torture was a part of the experiments. So was Barry and Badgie. And the others, I guess I'm just going to make up until we actually get official skins of them. So, we go ahead and he takes Torture's flamethrower and burns down the house. And the only survivor is Trevor. So, yeah, he still had many burn marks on him, but he came out with his teddy bear. And he was in a Zoom meeting call because school had to be canceled because of something. But no, this is not during the coronavirus. Coronavirus has been passed since this. In fact, I'm not even going to put coronavirus in it. So anyway, yeah, he survives, and then he always wanted to go somewhere where his parents didn't let him go. So the first place he looked was where George went missing. AKA, the same thing went down in there, and he got out. And then we're going to go on back to Jason and the others. So they make it to the station, and that's when they meet Doggy. Nothing really exciting happens in there. They get out of there with Doggy, and then the explanation of how they got there. And then the gallery, this is where... Now, gallery is very boring and stupid in the actual real version, but gallery is one of the most action-packed in my AU. So, when they get to the gallery, first off, Doggy is stomping the heck out of Daddy Pig in the background while the others are going there. And they meet a kid, and this kid, he's actually bacon hair. He was a very not popular kid, and he was always smiling. People never knew why. And he actually pried the doors open for them and let all the others get out of there as soon as they could, as he stayed in there and got killed. Well, no, he turned infected by Daddy Pig. And actually, there's a scene, like if I was making a movie, where he tears a mask off of his face. And no, he was never happy. He was just emotionless. And his infected form is scary as heck. You could hear growls in there as Daddy Pig gets teared to shreds. I don't think Daddy Pig is going to be alive. I don't think we can save him. Because apparently, also in my AU, infecteds, like the recent ones, they don't know what's going on. So they start attacking the ones that have been infected for a while. And he has 3 tongues. Yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to talk about the arrest in the alleyway. And then we're going to go to the forest, and then the forest Doggy, well, he gets infected. And no injuries happen there, but then instead of them finding the radio, they actually get out of the forest and find a safe place. Chapter 5 is actually, this is where Trevor comes into play. He goes, finds shelter, and then he tries to hunt out for safe packs, because there's these things called safe packs in my AU where they're technically like safety supply drops, where they have clothes, food, and we'll get more into those later. And he finds the radio where Mr. P was talking about Bunny by the school, so he goes into school. So He fights off teacher, gets Bunny, they meet Mr. P, and in the hospital, nothing big happens in the hospital. But then the metro, this is where it happens. The slash against the shoulder, that is, boom, Trevor gets one of those. Big slash. That is why on my drawing concept, there's a lot of bandages on his shoulder. That's where the slash was. And the reason for the eye patch is kind of sad. Because Bunny basically dying and all that. He actually also gets slashed on the eye, making him go blind. Yeah, he did the rest of that being blind. Oh my god. Honestly, he is a little bit too overpowered for not having any powers. So, when Bunny explains all that, when you get the metro open, she gave him her eye patch. Because, she knew that he would need it more than her, considering that she ain't gonna be gone anymore. Also, the reason I did this is because why did the infected version in the actual Piggy not have her eye patch? Do infecteds hate eye patches? I actually made a reason why there was not an eye patch. So he gets the remaining blood from the arm, and he crosses an X on there as he loses the first person in the apocalypse I actually started to like. So now going to the carnival, Jason and all the others, they decide to get out of their safe base and go to the carnival to look for Mr. P. Because they have found out by the TSP notes in the other areas. Yes, there's TSP notes everywhere. Not just in Chapter 8 to Chapter 12. They're everywhere. So, moving on. We decide, nothing big happens there except for them meeting Pony and Zizzy. So, they find them and they go to the safe base. Zizzy almost kills Joe for being mean. He's a general. He's mean. So, moving on to Chapter 9. Now, in Chapter 9, Joe is actually the one that finds the paper, but he gives it to Jason, knowing that Jason would actually care about something like that. He really didn't care. So yeah, they get out of there, no injuries, and then they see a figure, which is figured out to be George, behind the trash can. So Zizzy and the three go there. Pony goes and stays with the kids, and they go there. The mall, this is when it starts to go down. Now listen, Trevor is already in the mall looking for safety. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what happens first. So, they go in there, and the slash from Penny is starting to get... Now listen, she almost got she got hit really hard with the bat. You might be wondering, why is Trevor's slash not affecting him at all? Because he actually